beautiful tropical garden, heavy with the scent of fronda coniflowers. There once lived a mean and nasty toad.
Goldberg was his name, and he was a very ugly toad indeed.
He had a stout body, short legs, and a rough, warty skin.
Most had just sat beneath the stones, blinking his eyes to sleep.
Sometimes he would blurt out a deep, throaty croak that disturbed the peace of the garden.
Croak?
Every now and then, with a show of self-importance, he would glower at some beast that happened to pass by, noisily gulping great lungfuls of air.
His body would grow so broad and round it seemed ready to burst.
Goldberg did this because he had a very high opinion of himself. He was a haughty fellow indeed. He felt far superior to the earthworms that crawled their way through the dirt. He thought he was better than the crickets that chirped gaily when the sun went down.
He believed himself to be cut above the black and yellow spiders that wove their intricate webs between the pollen trees.
Above all, Goldberg deemed himself more talented,
More sophisticated,
and more important than a group of frogs who gathered daily at the garden pond.
these gentle frogs were totally unlike Goldberg. They were light green in color and had big, beautiful eyes.
The frogs loved their gardens and would construct forts and sculptures from the moss and the sticks and stones they found there. Then the rains came, their work would wash away, only to be built again when the skies cleared.
On sunny days, they settled at the pond's large lily pads and sang a tuneful chorus that entertained all the other creatures in the garden.
Go-Brag's awful croaking just grew louder
Croak.
and louder
Croak.
and louder
Croak.
until they couldn't hear themselves think.
Something has to be done. We can't carry on with our singing anymore. We'll have to live somewhere else. The little frogs gasped in horror. They loved their garden with its beautiful brightly colored flowers and many fragrant.
And most of all, their friends who lived there with them.
But what could they do?
So the frogs agreed they had to look for a new home. 3 of the older frogs volunteered to go on the search. The trio hopped through the tall grass next to the rice field, over a ditch at its side, and across a tumble yard until they arrived at the bank of a muddy stream. The stream was like a perfect spot, so they all jumped in the water to cool their hot little bodies.
After frolicking in the water, the frogs scrambled onto a small island and sat in the sun, expressing their pleasure in the chorus of croaks.
Just as they were about to fall asleep, the island beneath them suddenly moved. It rose up in the air, and the little frogs fell higgledy-piggledy into the water.
The frogs swam as fast as they could until they reached the shallow water near the bank.
Then they shrank back in horror at what they saw before them. The island had transformed into a huge, lumbering monster, the likes of which they had never seen before.
The monster reared its huge head, its horns arched high against the sky.
A massive cloven hoof crashed down in the midst, and then another, and a big wave of water washed over the frogs. The little frogs lost no time in leaping as quickly as they could away from the dreadful place.
They hurried across the yard, over the ditch, through the tall grass, until finally they reached the gate to their beloved garden.
Their friends were shocked to see how scared and shaken the trio were, and asked anxiously what on earth had happened. As they started to tell their tale, everyone couldn't help but notice that Go-Brag had edged closer to listen to.
We met a monster. What do you mean monster? A terrifying monster, bigger than anything we've ever seen before. Bigger than a house, bigger than...
Bigger than me? Impossible! Don't you know that no beast is bigger than me?
To prove his point, Go-Brag puffed himself up and cried, Go-Brag swallowed another huge gulp of air and pushed out his bloody tongue.
There! See what I mean?
But the frogs knew that Go-Brag was not the biggest thing on earth. The monster they had seen was 100 times larger.
Why, that monster up there is much meaner than him. He was the meanest thing I've ever seen.
Nonsense! Don't you know that no beast is meaner than I?
And he blew himself up again twice as big.
That's not true. That monster was far uglier than you.
This was too much for Go-Brag.
No beast is uglier than I.
Puffing himself up again, Gilbert ballooned out as big as a barrel.
That monster was far scarier than you.
Absolute rubbish!
Gilbert was by now awfully furious as he did her help. He took another stupendous gulp. Gilbert got bigger and bigger until he burst.
Oh dear, poor old Fluffy Tail. I really think he got a bit too big this time.
And then there was a silence in the garden.
The crows returned to their little cries and came to him.
And peace reigned once again beneath the frangipani trees, although the frogs couldn't help thinking that they really missed old Gilbert. Silly old toad.